this is a very nice trick, man. It's the same chord. Alright, so to start with, whenever you have like some melodic information in your track, it's good to have a reference point. This is also something I said in my Moog course, that if you have like just the one note, just the root note of your track, and this can be whatever you want it to be. I will stick to A minor here because it's the easiest for all of us. And you have this one note, then you have it much easier to build like harmonies and melodies around it because you have like a harmonic reference. So let's insert a DIVA instance, and I just want like one single tone. So let's create a MIDI clip just with an A, hit legato, so it's playing all the time. Okay, so let's copy this over. Cool. Let's decrease the volume. Okay, so now we just want a basic pad, which is pretty easy. We will just change something on the oscillators here and just add a little bit of chorus and reverb, and that's it. So let's open up DIVA. I like to change the envelopes here to analog because I think it's visually nicer. You can see just better what you're doing. So let's increase the sustain. Let's just mute all these controls here. We don't need them. We just want to control the cutoff. And now open up until you can barely hear it. Enable the chorus. Just drag the wetness a little bit down so it's also mono-compatible. And we will add some vibrato with this knob here. The thing is, this knob is hard mapped to the LFO1 vibrato to the depth mode, and that is controlled by the mod wheel. So if you don't like have a synthesizer or a MIDI controller where you can pull up the mod wheel, I would recommend you just to play with this depth here. Now you can hear it starts to modulate the pitch. I think I would go up one octave, sorry, on the second oscillator. And I think we are actually pretty fine with that. Now we can just start by just using this drop-down menu right here, down there, to start mapping the cutoff parameter. So just click it and then it's gonna appear down here. Now we have the frequency, and if we want, I'm not sure about it at the moment, but we could open up this pad a little bit more to create some tension over time. Cool. So now we have this. Just a basic note, so I will just go here, take the sidechain, insert it. I think it's a little bit too much vibrato. Let's decrease it. Okay, cool. So this is something we can start with, so the people already get some tonal information. So let's continue with the main pattern of this track. So let's just create another MIDI channel, open up another DIVA instance, and now I will just change some things here. Again, this one should be analog in my opinion because it's more representative of the sound you're making in the end. Also, I will not choose the triple VCO, which is more like of a, I think, Moog emulation, but we will take this more Prophet style oscillators here. And also for the filter, we will go with the cascade filter, which is also more like a Prophet style one. Okay, cool. Let's reset those knobs and just open up the cutoff a little bit so we can hear when we are doing something. I will just play a note. Okay, perfect. There's something coming. So let's just create a MIDI clip. And now I will just start with the chord of A minor. So in the beginning of the track, we will just use like an A minor chord with a certain rhythm, which I will show you in a bit. And then after a while, we will open up the whole harmony to create more impact. Yeah, so that's basically it. And what kind of a rhythm you choose, I think that's totally up to you. I think it should somehow repeat itself and should be understandable by the people. So if you have the feeling that you don't get your rhythm and it doesn't feel like comfortable, you don't get into trance when you're listening to it, maybe it's too complicated. So I would just go and just loop the first bar here. And now just go with the A, the C and the E, which is basically the A minor. And if you're not familiar with scales, you can also go to scale here, enable it. Then you go to A. And now you go to minor. So now you have your scale and you have all the notes you cannot use grayed out. This is actually pretty cool. Also, if you want to find some chords, so you cannot really do so much wrong. Also, this limits you. So if you're like jazz musician or something else, turn it off, go modulate to different tonalities, do whatever you want. So the rhythm I prepared for this one is like kind of a reggaeton rhythm, which is like this. Gadunka, 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 gadunka. but not like the standard one, but with one pattern more. So it's like on the on, and then it's like the first, like the fourth off, so the 16th. So let's drag them by holding Alt. You can just drag them and duplicate them. Let's enable the channel again. And now on the off. And this is like our basic pattern. Dun, 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 dun. Now the sound is not good, but I will just tweak the sound and then you will see how it will work with which sound. So I think we need a plucky sound that is there right at the beginning. So we'll just drag down the attack here, drag down the cutoff. And now we will choose here, we choose envelope 2 to, so this is envelope 2 down here to control our filter cutoff. So this is basically the envelope amount here. So let's increase that. Let's decrease the sustain of both. And now you can hear that it gets very plucky. So if you decrease the decay even more, it's not there anymore. So let's just turn off the reverb here for a minute. So now you hear it's very short. It's way too short actually. So let's just get a feeling for what is right in this case. Too long? Something around here. And if you have a too short release, it will sound very mechanical, like and not. It's off right after like some milliseconds. So you should be with the release in a length where it feels more natural, because in the normal world the sound won't like suddenly stop. Something like that. So let's decrease the cutoff even more to make it more plucky. And the pluckiness, like the if you want your sound more plucky, you decrease the cutoff, you increase the envelope amount, and you shorten up the envelope of the filter. So this is like the basic sound we are looking for. And now it's actually grooving. So let's drag this. Let's take the sidechain, insert it. I think we can try to go one octave higher and add this lower voice here on the second oscillator by pulling this knob to the right. So you have to be very subtle with this. So now I will just go and also map some parameters here that we can automate later on. Cut off, maybe the envelope, maybe even, where is it? Maybe even the cross mod here. Cool. So now we can start like make very short automations here with the cutoff. And this is just like, you know, sometimes a little bit annoying, but it really makes your track better if you do this. Cool. Alright, so this is like our first lead sound. A great trick to increase, in my opinion, nearly every chord that you have is to, you know, this is a very, like all the notes of the chord, they are very close to each other. So there's something called open voicing. And open voicing is if you transpose one of the chord notes up an octave. And what is very nice to transpose is the middle note. It doesn't matter which one is the middle note of the chord, but I like to have like the chord in root position. So first lowest note is A, C, and then E. And then you just take the C, and then with shift and up arrow, just transpose it an octave up. And this will, as you will listen now, will have a very open feeling, open voicing, open feeling to the sound. A little bit muddy like that. Very beautiful. So this is a very nice trick, man. It's the same chord. It's just an A minor chord, but in a better voicing.